God, this webcam is fucking atrocious. Anyway, I'm alone on a Saturday night, nothing to do, no friends around. Drinking my sorrows away. But you know what I thought would be fun? I thought it would be fun because my good friends are all at Supercon without me this weekend, to no fault of their fault of my own. They're all at Supercon in SoFlo without me this weekend. I thought it would be fun to, while they're having the time of their lives, I get drunk and, well, not really drunk, but I'm not even buzzed. I don't get anything. I just don't get any benefits, and I watch some old Supercon the movies. They're long, so I don't know how many I'm gonna get to tonight. Right now, my only commitment is Supercon the movie 1, because I'm lazy as fuck. But yeah, this is gonna be like a commentary, watch over sort of thing for Supercon the movie 1. I don't know what you expect. My head is really itchy right now. I don't know why. I don't know. So you're gonna see me scratching my head throughout. But yeah, so let's watch Supercon 2015, the movie. I have not watched this since 2015. I may have watched it once, maybe, in that time, but I barely remember what happens in this one. Like 2 and 3 I remember more closely, 3 especially, but this one I barely remember what happens. So without further ado, let's give this a play. Actually, let me resize the tabs here. So I want to be able to see the camera and make sure it doesn't stop. Maybe I'll throw myself in the corner here and then make most of the screen Supercon the movie. That makes sense. Okay, so ready? We're gonna go in 3, 2, 1, play. Feature presentation. That's a reference to Gamer Wars. It's weird to think that we were like huge Mega 64 fans even back then. For like we've had it for like a year at this point. This is when I first got to UF. Like I was first at school. Such a good opening. That is Martha Stewart goes into obscure song from Macaco City Actors background OST. I met Tom Kenny. That's like the only time Juliet ever went to a con with us. Oh no, she went to PomCon, Geek Fest with us once. Like, some of the lines from this I remember are part of my inner vernacular, like, that is Martha Stewart, or Martha Stewart saving the day with some gold paint. I don't know who Martha Stewart is. I know she's, like, the famous, like, household person. I just imagine Barbra Streisand for some reason, like, they're the same person in my head. I don't know why. I'm not gonna be able to hear this. Have I talked about the disease that the vlogs are going under, where everywhere I try to listen to them, the vlog season 1 and anything around that time is really quiet, and I don't know why. It's my theory that the vlogs are deteriorating over time. Like, I have a subtle hint that the old vlogs are deteriorating. We gotta preserve them. Will I do anything with that?
The blade. We're headed towards Party City to get yellow hairspray.
I forgot how much happens in this movie before the actual convention itself.
No, you gotta go farther up.
I've experienced Zach giving me local Boca directions so many times that, like, him, like, oh, you gotta go further up to get to Glades or something like that. And this is like, it's weird seeing it happen to someone else. This commentary is a mess. What am I even saying? I'm just saying random, so specific bullshit that no one can possibly relate to it. I mean, that's the sign, like, Seinfeld is that, but I don't know, are they holding hands? What are they doing? Oh, he was trying to hit the camera.
Stop.
Oh, that cheeky motherfucker. That's slow fade. I don't know if that was a good layout. Alberto has not changed. He's just gotten like shaggier and more scraggly. But he has the exact same manners. Oh, Zach's doing sour please.
Alright, so what's happening?
Who are they talking about? Tom Kenny probably, because that was the. I feel like Tom Kenny was the A-list guest of that convention.
But the Walmart thing.
Oh, the photo incident. I remember this because I remember I was
probably like
this was
the
actually
shopping experience I've ever had.
this was actually they
We haven't told
they had
Josh yet.
called
We're gonna
me
call him
and were
for
telling me the story. This was
right
I was so preoccupied because this was actually the night I met my now ex-girlfriend, and I was like, I had just met her and I was like reeling on that, and I remember they called me when I was going to somewhere, like we would like separated for like part of the day, and I was going somewhere else to meet her for something, and we're walking there, and they were like calling me trying to tell me the story, and I just couldn't care less at the time. But knowing the story afterwards and actually watching the movie and hearing about this story, it's such a mess that turned out kind of well. Like I love stories like that where it's and the whole thing centers around something, the Duff, a reference to one of my old videos. The whole thing, and they oh shit, what was I saying? I'm lost my train of thought because I'm trying to focus on commentating to you guys and watching a dialogue heavy video at the same time. But oh yeah, this story was like oh, this is Alberto's porn interview. I remember this. I completely lost that train of thought. I can't, it's gone. Oh yeah. Remember when we used to like print out a bunch of shit for like to get like shitty dub voice actors to sign because you would just associate them with the characters you love even if you didn't watch the dubs. Like Kill la Kill is the only one that I'm really happy with that print I have with all the signatures because I actually have watched both and I prefer the Kill la Kill dub to the sub, which is very unusual.
Like that's not that big. It's pretty small, but it's like a snack pretty much.
Do something crazy, that's what he's about to say, isn't it? I remember this. Intimate moments with Red Josh. Yeah, or do something crazy. See, I remember. I remember. What are they eating? Wendy's, Burger King?
Whoa, how did he teleport?
Whoa. I missed this house. They moved out of that house shortly after this, I believe. Like, very shortly after this. Yeah, very shortly after this, because I remember months before this we were seeing the other house in another vlog. So this house is no longer our domain. Oh, this spider incident. They called me about this too.
It does not look that big, but oh my god, the thing is... wait, hold on. Can I...
It's got a mouth on it. What are you talking about? There's no way there's a mouth on it.
No.
What a shelf. What's a like?
She's hopeless. No. Can you do it?
You see, I laugh in the retrospect talking about how like much they're throwing a fit, but I would 100% have been acting the same way back then.
Push the cup up against the wall. And then put something.
The only time I'm good with bugs is when there's like a bunch of semi-attractive girls around, and I'm like, you know what? I gotta pretend like this is nothing, and then I go in there like a badass.
Anyone have like a piece of cardboard?
I should have brought down a second beer. Like, look how much.
It'll be okay.
It's almost done.
No.
It's just so stupid.
I'll start flushing it,
it's a spider.
and then you
Come
gotta throw
on.
it in
It's not as spiders aren't as bad as cockroaches. Worst is frogs, obviously. You know my fear of frogs. I don't know if I ever talked about that in like the log.
Got him. Fuck it. Dude, I feel kind of bad, but
Wrecked instantly.
How do I make this spider lore?
I feel like
we won.
yeah.
This spider was a surveillance agent. It was secretly had a camera on it to spy on by it. Someone they would see the next day. Zippertan.
Generally the bigger they are, like the less harmful they are. I don't know how the fuck that got up there.
Crawled.
Can you help me like look through my stuff?
No.
Huh?
No, thank you.
Oh my god. Huh? Please.
Oh, remember that time when like something crawled over Zach's foot when we were outside? This is a different vlog, but he put in like, oh, and it was so funny. The next morning, oh, this is an incredible shot. When you could tell, like, you could feel the waking up at 6 a.m. feeling. And that's every day for me when I go to work. But like the waking up at 6 a.m. for a convention, like everyone's just like, oh, why are we getting up? But we know it's worth it. That feeling It's a great feeling, kind of. It's like the Black Friday feeling, kind of too. But this shot of Alberto right here is just quintessential waking up at 6 a.m. for a convention feeling. And the voice, Zach's scraggly voice. I'm not even really listening to the dialogue, even though there's some probably great stuff in here. Oh, look at the love. Look at the love. Oh, when people had to drive us to the conventions. Supercon 2017 was actually the first convention I drove to, because even though I had been driving for like a while before then, like it was never a situation where I wanted to keep my car there. But this one was, I worked like 10 minutes away from the convention center, so there was no point in me going home, getting driven. It was just bullshit. So obviously we could drive, but I don't usually like to keep the car in Miami, if that makes sense. But now they moved it to Fort Lauderdale. This was Miami Beach Convention Center. I think no, it wasn't there. It's still in Fort Lauderdale. It was in Fort Lauderdale this year, so that's where they got that Fort Lauderdale Convention Center is great, but airport's obviously the classic, as you know. And they're playing Mario Party. The only Mario Party I like is 7, because that's what I grew up with, and I know all the mini games.
Oh, I win.
And like, I don't like Mario Party, but 7 is like one of my favorite games, just out of like nostalgia's sake. It was weird playing the DS for the first time, like on like Halloween Horror Nights trips, because it's like stars are such a different kind of commodity. Like you end the game with like 30 stars, and instead of like, you know what I mean, like in Mario Party 7 or something, you end the game with like maybe like 2 or 3 at most.
Still in traffic.
Oh, Toad would have won it, but
Are we gonna get off?
I mean, they went for 2 days. Normally we'd go to cons for 1 day, get there at like noon, and leave at like 6. What a travesty! You go for 3 or 4 days. Like 2017, I went Thursday night, Friday night. Not during the days on Thursday, Friday, because I had work, and then I went all days. That's the perfect amount.
December, you want to go see it?
Yeah.
They're talking about Kinky Boots. What is this musical that I know nothing about, but everyone like seems to talk about how great Kinky Boots is. It probably is great.
Best play I've ever seen.
Zach just said Kinky Boots better than Hamilton. Zach, better than Hamilton. Was Hamilton out at this time? When did Hamilton come out? When did Hamilton come out? I should know this, but
We should give an update.
2016.
We checked in the hotel. Everything went great. Well, we were pre-registered in. We didn't have a room. Yeah. We're checked in technically for our room. We don't have a room yet, but we will.
So what, do they just have to wait
So-
there with like Maxwell's dad
Now
or
we're
something?
headed towards
I've never met
beach
Maxwell's an interesting figure in the vlog continuum, because it's like all I know him is the guy that like sometimes hangs with us at conventions, if that makes sense. Like that's all I know him. I don't know anything about him other than he's just kind of with us sometimes. And he's chill, he's very relaxed,
Oh my God.
nice to be
I
around.
see
But it's like
flower
interesting
pots.
because it's like someone I know so little about, yet have spent like life-changing days with, if that makes sense. Driving past cosplayers is a great the great migration of driving past cosplayers is always great. It's weird like how this is like this vlog, these movies are like the quintessential convention going experience.
coming up. We'll see. All right. Well, we gotta buy your tickets and then wait.
Not Magic City. 50? Did he just say 50? 15 I understand, but like 50? Did he just say that? Did I hear right? They already got pictures, already got spotted. Then you got Dre, the 2 seconds. Then you got Dre, who, if you don't know, the dog from Cowboy Bebop is Ein. So the dog from it's the same kind of dog. So the dog, is it a
There's the
corgi?
next time, but, yeah.
Probably a corgi.
Next time you're going to buy them.
Don't assume
Yeah,
you'll be
corgi.
early.
Do not. Always buy your tickets online, pre-register.
Now
Here's-
Supercon is
here's
going to let
here's
you buy
things for the
tickets in
con-
person.
Always
But
assume you will be late.
Always
you will always
Always
be
assume
late.
you'll
You
be
will
late
never
for
be on
everything.
time.
everything. And if you're early, great.
The Adam's apple bouncing
the
there.
line will be
But
double
yeah,
the line
so there's
for
Ein, the dog from Cowboy Bebop. Then there's Y, the dog from Ruby. But then he, even though it's not the type of dog at all, he just decided to name his Quilava
So whoever's going to
Dre.
Comic-Con,
Oh, that chest hair
let's do this.
shot.
Go to Comic-Con.
Look at these shots. You get like the Alberto's lips. You get the Adam's apple. You got Red Josh's chest hair. Want some chest hair action today from the Jew Bear? There you go.
Jay's ready. I'm ready.
I remember when I made my Shintaro cosplay alongside me and Alberto was making his red cosplay, and I made my Shintaro cosplay, which actually came out really good, but it was for the worst con I've ever been to. We were there we drove all the way, when my dad drove us all the way to the airport, we were there for 15 minutes. It was absolutely terrible. I feel like now we could have just dicked around and made videos for a while, but like back then we didn't know any better, and we were just like, this sucks, let's go. Pickups. Best segment of the blog. That was a biting declaration. That's the best segment. I was like, best segment. I felt it in my lips. First time they saw Charles Martinet. I've seen him a couple of times at this point, I think, right? Maybe once. I don't know. He's just kind of like a vernacular figure where it's like I'm not like super excited to see him every time, but I love him nonetheless, and he's a great guy. He has a very good outlook on life, and I admire that. Like, he's just very positive all the time. Life is a party to him, and I think that's the best outlook to have on life. And he's old. Like, he's pretty old, so you don't like God forbid, you don't know how long he's gonna be here, and he's just enjoying life. It's gonna be weird. Who's gonna voice Mario after Charles Martinet dies? I know I say God forbid, but it's gonna happen. Who's gonna voice Mario? No one's gonna be able to do it the same way. He's a legend. I can't wait till all the documentaries. That's so sad to say. Like, can't wait till he. But there's gonna be some great documentary about the life of Charles Martinet, because he's a very unknown figure. Quite honestly, like, I mean, like, obviously, like, a lot of people know who he is, but like, no one, like, when you say who voices, like, I mean, voice actors aren't very well known, but it's like, you know what I mean? Like, you think you know who, everyone thinks they know who voices Mario, but then no one really knows. Beer is done, and I have none down here. You know what I do have, though? A giant ass bottle of Dr. Brown's that I can't keep in the fridge because the fridge freezes everything at the warmest possible setting.
How much free swag do I get? Oh,
Here we go.
I get a lot of
I get a lot of swag. And then you got Zach's laugh. God, quintessential lines there. Blocking the pathway as they try to take a picture. Heard about a great incident there. Hope it's on Supercon the movie 4. Hope there is a Supercon movie the 4. He's been very shady about it. Zachariah.
Alright.
This is too fun. Tom Kenny on the floor signing people's legs. That's a really cool thing though that people do. Like, they could have people sign their skin so they can immediately go and get a tattoo. Awkward, terribly awkward Neo photo.
They're trying to get us to walk out of this area, but people are waiting.
What a
signatures
fucking
because the thing
mess.
closes
Oh
5
my
minutes after
God.
it opens.
I would sit here and
So
explain it, but
everyone's
just
waiting
listen.
around, but they're yelling at us not to wait around, so we're just gonna wait around.
We're trying to get the signature.
Yeah. So anybody wanna explain what's happening?
I'm just gonna they'll explain it. I don't need to explain it over them.
Everything went wrong. The fucking like the management this year is just so bad. Like,
I feel like it's an inherent convention
changed
problem.
a
There's
lot of
always
stuff
something
so
that's
that
bad.
it's, like, pretty hard to. Yeah, like you can't get all the autographs unless you come for all 4
Alberto's
days,
very
pretty
scared
much,
that someone's listening in
because
on him.
they
Wonder
close
who
the
it could be.
line 5 minutes after it opens, which is half an hour before. Which you're not. How are you? How would you
Line
be expected
closes
to
half an
know
hour before.
that it
Incredible.
starts that early? If it says, so the time it says on the schedule, 25 minutes before the line closes.
So basically.
But you're also not allowed to stand around before the 5 minutes. So
Yeah.
you just have
You have to just happen to walk by at a time.
You can only get one because you can only wait in one line unless the other lines are super
Unless you
short
pull a maneuver.
and they don't close them.
What group was that where I went up to the front and then immediately just went over to help everyone?
So next time,
I don't remember. It wasn't
instead of
Ruby
going and
because
seeing everyone together, we
Magic
have to
City
split
Ruby
up.
morning was so surreal because it was like I had just flown in, like the day before was like DC saying goodbye to everyone, crying and everything like that, and then I had just flown in at like I had to wake up at 4 a.m. and I flew in and immediately was in Florida for the first time in half a year. And I've been in DC and immediately went to the airport, Miami Beach Convention Center, and immediately met Aaron. And I was so delirious because I'm probably the biggest Aaron fan there is in the world. So it was like so delirious. You know, and I'm like, this is unreal. on that time, we could just go over to Kara Eberly, my friend. They were all there this year. It was all of Team Ruby, and then you had Mike, Sunwoo, Michael,
But at this
not Mike,
point,
Michael, Sunwoo,
I'm
Kong,
pretty
Crow.
much not considering
Everyone
coming
was there.
to Supercon.
It's, I'm pretty much considering not coming back to Supercon.
big
This is
and
the
it's run
first
very
movie out of soon to be 4, hopefully, maybe. I don't know.
It was a tighter staff that was together.
Is there a Duke Nukem behind him, staring in the shot?
Like
And everyone knows that.
Duke Nukem?
in terms of employees, there was like volunteers running around like on the verge of tears from not getting their way.
If you're a
trying to tell
volunteer
people to do
and something goes
ridiculous
out
things.
your way, do you
Like,
care? It's not like your paid job is on the line. You're
I'll,
just,
like,
they'll just be
transcribe,
like, nothing can happen to you. It's consequence free because you're not getting paid. Like, you could just be like,
I want to buy the fucking like the VIP Forever Pass, but I really want to come.
if I lived in Florida, I would buy the VIP Forever Rest because I pay so much for like that in a hotel every year. Like, it's just like,
Try and make it serious.
this year obviously didn't make it out, but next year. Now, if everyone's still in Florida and everyone's still going next year, I'm gonna do it.
I'll be okay with that.
But I'm hoping everyone sort of migrates
Like,
to the northeastern quadrant of the United
kinda
States
want
where I am now.
the lifetime
That's what I'm
pass.
hoping, but obviously it's
I
not
think it'd be a
ideal.
good investment, but with the way it's being run now, I don't think it's a good purchase. Like, if it
Oh, but it was
continues
so
on getting
concerned.
worse
Like, he's like,
each
his
year,
eyes are
then
like,
it's just gonna be unbearable.
I know, he's so scared. Oh, Daddy Dana. One guy. He, like, was weird that there was a time when I wasn't a Dana Snyder fan, if that makes sense. Like, before, like, Dana and Snyder and Guy Hutchison, like, now I feel like they're, like, obviously they don't remember, they know me by face, but they don't know me by name, and it's like, obviously, I feel like we're kind of like friends now, you know what I mean? You don't go up to the booth like, oh, I'm such a huge fan, it's so nice to meet you, please, an autograph, sir. It's like, what's up? And then you just kind of talk about alcohol for like 10 minutes, and then they show you behind the scenes footage for upcoming projects that they're literally not supposed to show you that's under progress. So that's how your relationship with Dana Snyder and Guy Hutchison, the two very fine looking brothers, goes now. Is that a painted yellow Inside Out girl? I can't tell if she's painted yellow or it's just the light. He calls Ruby the Grim Reaper. She has a scythe and a cloak. This movie's a little weird compared to the other two, because it's the first, it's the prototype film, so to say. But like Supercon, the movies 2 and 3 are like some of my favorite pieces in the vlog saga. Well, one is like there wasn't really any lore intertwined in Supercon the movie 1, because it was just essentially intended to be a vlog and was like thrown together as a movie. Like the other ones are intended to be movies. I feel really weird right now. It's because I'm drinking like Dr. Brown straight out of the bottle after downing a beer and like a bowl of goulash. I can't even hear what they're saying. I'm just kind of like, this is a mistake. This commentary is a fucking. I'm having fun. I don't feel great, but I'm having fun. The vlog member of the Straw Crew. Oh.
I did have a Pokemon dress on.
You're from Pokemon, right? You're not from Pokemon.
From Pokemon, Florida, the town. Did I hear Lisa Graham up there? Juliet grown up without the SJW. Hey Juliet, if you're watching this, I'm sorry. I'm not watching this, who am I kidding? Is she? Hey Juliet, if you're watching this. Hey Juliet, if you're watching this, remember that time in freshman year when we were in my room and I was doing the thing, and one of my roommates that I wasn't really close with walked in, and as I was just standing there going like this to your nose. Good times. Weird that there was a time when like you lived with some. Oh, it's gonna happen again, probably soon. But weird that there was a time when you lived with someone that you weren't really friends with. Like I lived with Jordy for a year, and she's like one of my best friends. It's like that was great times. It's always every time you're just with a friend all the time. It's all the time fun. But the lunch bunch. Dude, Nitwits, how'd you get in here? It's supposed to be banned from this thing. Gotta add lunch bunch to the lore, dog.
You're banned from the stand.
They con walk off the screen. Incredible shot. Used very effectively in the trailer for Supercon the movie. 3.
So we haven't recorded anything
You like that mic? You like that mic? I wonder if my Yeti's even picking this up or it's my internal mic.
Food was pretty good. With, it was cheap, but it wasn't that bad. It was good. Not amazing. I like it. Good. Very good food.
I like hotels like that where there's like another section of the hotel room that's like walled off but not full wall. I always like that. Weird, like autistic things in my head where I'm like, oh, I like that.
Justin. Alberta thinks that there's nothing to watch because we're on YouTube.
Oh, it's Andre Meadows. Jesus
Yeah,
Christ himself.
And,
Yeah. So yeah. The next morning. Oh. Alberto is I love how Alberto is the fan service character. Yeah, he used the wall to the advantage for a shot. He climbed up on the bed and filmed over as they're getting into their Shaolin Showdown cosplays, a show that I never really liked as a kid. It was always one of those ones I turned on. I'd probably like it now if I watched it. But yeah, Alberto is simultaneously the token minority and the fan service character.
No, not tested before. Always wear a wig.
look at this view.
Did he get blonde hairspray or something and it fucked up? Is that a thing that happened? Cool view. You're in like the heart of like.
You see it at night? It looks so pretty.
Is this Fort Lauderdale? Yeah, Miami. This is Miami, the heart of Miami.
In the deep sea.
Deep City, yeah.
And there's even a bridge.
Miami's kind of nice, but also kind of weird. Like you'd think it'd be like a tropical oasis, but it's also like a shitty cesspool.
I've never been to Capitol Grill.
Alberto asks, he's like, I've never been to Capitol Grill. Is it good? Zach's like, it's not amazing, and he's like, but I heard it was good. Like can't believe that someone may have thought Capitol Grill was not amazing, a restaurant he has not been to. Is that to the convention right there? No, it's not.
Yeah. Grandmaster Dashi.
My Grandmaster Dashi. Here is my third arm sash.
Is that Josh ruins the shot.
Some people like to eat their sorrel with milk. No.
I love like the pause, like transition pause with audio. I don't know if it's my computer or not. Apple Jacks are great. I love Apple Jacks. I used to be 100% a dry sorrel
Alberta,
person.
we're in a hotel room. How'd you get milk?
Oh yeah, he went to the Starbucks and like poured like those like metal containers of milk that you get at like they have those milk containers of milk at like the setup counter at Starbucks. He just poured it in from his like instead of pouring it into his coffee, he poured it into
Main
his
event. We're
cereal.
coming up on the Naughty Rooster.
The Naughty Rooster.
Look at that.
Oh, here Juliet.
That's where Meg Turney
Is that where Meg Turney is? Oh yeah, they met Meg Turney.
Yeah.
Yeah, because she is a lewd model.
I kind of want one, but I kind of don't.
Juliet is channeling inner me. Yeah, that was when Meg Turney was like. Juliet is literally speaking my thoughts. That was me meeting Aaron 100%. Like, I'm like, I can't deal with how you are the most beautiful person in the world.
Alright, so
Oh,
walking.
Taylor's here too. I haven't seen Taylor in so long. I
It's
miss
fine, we'll
Taylor.
find it.
I should have seen her when I was in Florida for like
Right.
I was in Florida for like 2 months in between Gainesville and New York. I should have seen her then. I should have made an effort. Then again, she didn't make an effort with me. That's like the social analysis like there where it's like you should have made the effort really, but like they didn't make the effort with you either. But they're both thinking the same thing.
Okay.
Okay, this is not meant to be taken into offense in any way, but like people with inherently funny faces, like Rocco Bodie, Juliet Morgan. I used to have a Juliet album on my phone where it was just pictures I happened to take when we were like in freshman year in college, when I was like seeing her every day, and like I would take pictures of her face and zoom them in and crop them out, and I would just have an album of funny faces, and inherently funny. It's not supposed to be creepy, just funny, because like people like Rocco Bodie, Juliet, I'm trying to think of any other people. Like it's not coming to my head right now, but there's some people. Bill Murray, he's in there too. They just have inherently funny faces.
It's Griffin in the show.
Trying to do cosplayers, but not as funny. Actually, it's a working out more of a sex toy. Oh, great shot of the obscure Macaca City OST. That was on like discs 3 and 4 of M's. What was this? What was this? They were trying to get her to touch the abs for a picture, and she was so like timid and like
Two hands.
cautious about it. I don't understand. Like I would have. It's not real person. Like I would have just gone in there and like rubbed my hands all over and like pretended to fuck it. Like I don't understand like what the caution is here. This is a convention. It's not, you know what I mean? Even in public, I would have done the same thing. It's like I don't understand what the timidness is here. Like, and I'm an antisocial person,
Yeah, I
and I
already
still
hear that.
like I don't understand. Like, why did you have to take an awkward picture next to you? You gotta like be all over that. Look at her shirt. I mean, come on.
Two hands.
Lower.
What is this? Oh my god, it's cringy. It's so cringy. Oh,
Two hands.
just touch it. Oh, that looks funny.
Taylor.
I'm a mess.
Taylor.
Hey Taylor,
Taylor. What'd you pick up?
what was your pickup, Taylor?
You gotta show off your pickups.
You're wearing the pickup. She got the free jacket.
Necklace.
I wonder if she still likes free. I wonder if she still likes anime. Oh, sorry, you didn't know? Hot shit.
I'm a Shaolin.
Oh god, I'm sorry you didn't know this. I'm a Shaolin. Best fucking
Naruto run.
terrible
Naruto,
line.
Naruto run away. Go. Go.
Dr. Brown's.
Nice.
Is Dr. Brown's soda
Slick.
Kino? I'd say so.
This feels
Alright,
nice.
Taylor, how are you
I
feeling?
don't
You're
drink
like 5
soda
steps away
anywhere
from your
really.
wife.
Oh, it's J. Michael Tatum, a open homosexual.
Are you trying to impress him?
Trying to impress an
better
open
with makeup.
homosexual with your feminine
on.
heterosexual charms. I'm married. Was he married at the time? Was that legal at the time? I can't remember.
No,
Yeah,
look at her face. Look how tan it is. Compared
Yeah,
and you can see that you can't see like.
they just made it legal,
covered-
so
yeah.
you can't.
Oh, they just
Yeah, I
made it
know.
legal. Yeah.
I mean,
He's gay, one of the most well-known
But so now you can
gay
get married.
actors.
like your marriage to be a sham marriage.
But what's it called? No, ever since I started doing like more theater stuff, like, and I've worn makeup
In
now.
which
I know
Taylor
people wear
tries
makeup.
to
It's weird.
seduce a homosexual married man. Funny face. Can you shut the fuck up? He's zooming in on Juliet's face. So funny.
I don't like putting in the effort.
Yeah, I mean, no. If I,
Get some fan service in the shot.
Front of the
too.
line.
How nervous is? Oh, then we have our like shitty prints, you know, that we get signed.
no, but it's 35.
What is that? Is that Attack on Titan?
No, it's
What if he's not actually?
Dana.
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 Alright, so we're here. We're waiting in line for Roger Craig
Dana.
Smith.
I love
He's,
Dana. So sad I'm not
Sonic
seeing Oh, they
and,
met the voice actor
MCO
of
and
Sonic.
Thomas
Who's now
in
who's
regular
playing
show.
Sonic in the new one? Ryan Reynolds, right?
It's just Taylor and
Ugh.
I. The other ones are all the way back there, like all the way at the other side, watching a Tom Kenny Q&A.
I'd much
So,
rather be a Tom Kenny Q&A.
Yeah.
then
Hope
I
they're
don't
having
care about
fun,
signatures
but
much
we're
anymore.
getting their stuff signed.
Like, they're getting their stuff signed. Like, I don't really care about signatures much anymore. I'm more of like a meeting the person kind of guy, if that makes sense. Photos are my favorite. Like, getting those photos or videos from them. Like, I wouldn't even care if I didn't get like any of my signatures anymore. I mean, I still get them sometimes, but I used to be into Adventure Time. I was a former Adventure Time fan. I could probably get back into it if I tried. One of those things. Flame Princess. I haven't even seen a single episode of Flame Princess. Oh, doesn't Dana say like a movie he's not in, and then it's like, any fans of this? And he's like, well, I wasn't in that movie. Emperor's New School. I never liked Emperor's New Groove. Oh, text from Zach. At the hentai cosplay panel now, I am dead, Josh. Remember that. Can't type. Zach is dead at the hentai cosplay. I remember a year ago when I went to the hentai cosplay, I'm like, I gotta watch Shimonetta. I'm gonna watch it this week. Still haven't watched Shimonetta, but now that I have Crunchyroll, maybe I'll give it a watch. I'm not even paying attention to this panel. I'm not even paying attention anymore. Am I? I don't care. Why do you film such long shots of the panel? This isn't. I'm not talking to Zach. I'm talking about me and Dinner. Like, just cut out everything but something hilarious. Don't leave it lingering. That's how you. Remember when I would film whole panels and upload them, like. And then Ashley Birch yelled at me, and I never did it again. She was like, "I hate when people film without asking," and I'm like. Dana! Juliet screams Lunch Bunch. Is Juliet even Lunch Bunch? Is she technically Lunch Bunch? I guess she's an honorary Lunch Bunch. Hey, J. Michael Tatum's there, Caitlin Wallace. What's her name? What's the other girl's name? Something DeCiccio, DeCoco, I don't know. I tried watching Squidbillies once and I could not understand what they were saying because they're like, you know, what is it? Redneck accents where it's like so thick. How much longer is there? This was a mistake. We were 36 minutes into this 53-minute video. Stop filming the panel. Oh yeah, I forgot there's like 20 minutes of them seeing Broadway in this video. Oh no. Oh no. Oh look, I'm gonna like lick cool bars on my head. I'm not paying attention. I salute you, J. Michael Tatum. I don't know why. Nothing American, nothing patriotic really happened, but I salute you, J. Michael Tatum. Oh, look at Taylor fangirling. Look at Taylor. Stop filming the battle, please. Oh, Taylor's gonna ask her a question.
Oh no, let's not go there.
Dana's not letting her talk. Perfect. Remember that Free Abridged series? That was great. I love Caitlin Glass. She's such a nice person. I love her. She's great. Caitlin Glass, my friend. Who's crouching at the side of the... It looks like Vic Mignogna. Was Vic Mignogna even at that con? Yeah, Vic. He's late to the panel. He's a serial late paneler. Zach, Josh, you don't even understand. I'm gonna tell him what I'm doing. I'm recording a commentary of Supercon, the movie one, right now, and reading your updates out loud in the video. Love how she directed that J. Michael Tatum and Caitlin Glass totally took over the answer. I would much rather have Caitlin Glass answer to me. Caitlin, my friend. I haven't seen Caitlin Glass in a while, but she's a
Alright,
good
so
girl.
we're in line, but we are almost at the front.
Oh, they're almost at the front for Caitlin Glass.
We're
Winry
waiting for Caitlin Glass
Rockbell.
To get some stuff for Josh
She's been there.
and you and me. She's there.
Throwback to when me and Zach went up to Caitlin Glass's booth,
Oh,
Supercon
alright, well, she's taking her
2016,
time, it's fine.
and we just approached the booth, and she's like, "Oh, it's you guys." Good times. I think I don't know if I do it. Oh, this choreograph. Do I still follow Caitlin Glass on Twitter? If not, I'm gonna refollow her. I think I unfollowed her from some like kind of SJW shit, but
Go, fight!
oh, let me watch this shot. They're doing like this shitty, like look at Alberto waving his sash. Should have kept it going. Should have ran farther. Oh,
Push them together.
oh. They're so pure. They haven't watched Rebellion. Oh, here's the Broadway like chunk where they're singing like Legally Blonde the musical and shit. Caitlin Glass. No, I wasn't following her, but she gets a follow back. She's a nice person, a good girl. This guy in this picture looks so much like Sean Chatfield. I can't show the picture, but looks so much like Sean Chatfield. Sean Chatfield. Zach has not responded yet. Oh God. This is unwatchable. This is where I tune out every time I rewatch this. Like the couple of times I always tune out at this like 20-minute Broadway show. It's probably only like 3 minutes, but I'm just over exaggerating because it feels so long. Why was this filmed? It's not funny. She's probably at Supercon right now, isn't she? Is Caitlin Glass at Supercon right now? No, she's at Wizard World Comic Con. In, I don't know, where was it? Boise? Yeah, Boise, it's Boise in Indiana. Idaho. Have fun in Idaho. Caitlin Glass. You never say Caitlin. You have to say Caitlin Glass. One of those names. Juliet and Alberto discuss Broadway. Of course, they don't. Little do they know that the expert wasn't really there. I own. You see this Dr. Brown cap? It's Broadway. This is Broadway in my grasp. I'm waiting for that little green light to appear in the corner of my phone indicating kick, and we'd like to say something crazy. "20 minutes into this Broadway segment. Probably only like 2 minutes, but you know, it's just unwatchable and should have been cut. I feel like that's the you can't say that now in retrospect. Like Supercon, I mean, watching old vlogs, like end the shot, but no, you have to keep it going. It's like memorable moments where I left everything going on too long, so it takes away a lot of the rewatch value. I better stop drinking this Dr. Brown since I feel like I'm dying. I feel so bad right now. Like my stomach hurts. I'm really nauseous. Con pickups after the amazing performance. Oh, I love pickups so much. It's always so entertaining to me, even though a lot of people don't like it. No one wants to do it. Oh, Juliet goes first.
A picture of Meg's Free signed by her that said, awesome talking Bob's Burgers with you.
Smart, strong, and sensual. Oh.
Right.
Still remember the great Meg Turney conversation I had with like, hey, do you want a Meg Turney fan? I'm like, how much? This is when I wasn't really a Meg Turney fan. Since I have become a diehard fan, and now I'm more like a less than diehard, like more casual fan. But yeah, I'm like, how much was it? Like $25. I'm like, I'll pass. And then they like got her on the phone. She's like, what the fuck are you doing? Like, are you seriously fucking passing? Is that Julie doing the thing? Throw back to that. Throw back to Julie do the thing. Summer Wars. But yeah, like I'm trying to show. You know, we still have the shut. Like, we still have the "I love you, call me, fuck you, Josh" Prince. Side by side, as if he's the like indicative character. You can get anything, but like, you're not gonna get your signed copy of used GameStop copy of Sonic Heroes for the Nintendo GameCube signed. How many prints do you think Alberto's bought at cons that are just sitting somewhere that like I've never seen that hung up anywhere? Or that one. Zach. Multiple attractive cosplayers from the convention stripped on stage. I am so jealous. Incredible. Is that a coup expansion pack? Are those like individual coup expansion packs? I'm the Duke.
Tight. I like it.
Tight. I like cake.
I'm so jealous.
Alberto shilling for a print. Wonder if I told them you know what Gem Wars is right now? I wonder if anyone that would know what it is, despite Alberto owning a print. Bought Summer Wars. Cool purchase. I don't own Summer Wars, but I own Wolf Children, the same kind of Blu-ray sleeve thing.
But with that, I got
Was Funimation there? I think they were. Was Justin Rojas there? Fucking Charles Arnett has baby Mario and Luigi in the palm of his hand. He can just squeeze it closed and they'll be dead. Roger Bump Ass. Imagine your last name being Bump Ass. Bumpus. Alberto in the cowboy hat. Konnichiwa. Howdy. My name is Cowboy Jonesy. Has Josh seen Summer Wars, or is just referencing us? Has he seen that film? I know for a fact Josh has not seen all of Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood. I know for a fact that is not the case.
It is different.
And the dub's actually decent.
Hey,
so
hey,
you
the
can actually
people,
watch it.
the voice actors, not the.
Zach cannot record. I am so sorry.
Sonic.
Is he referring to the whole convention or the panel? Panel makes sense. It's Duty, obviously.
The new one is here, so that makes 4 or 5. That makes 5.
I like her signature a lot. I'm not gonna lie, she's my favorite.
That makes 5 on this poster.
Like it's Unity, of course.
On this Attack on Titan poster, the new one is her one right here.
I'm just gonna be like, I didn't expect you to record that panel.
No, I got her last time.
Petra.
He also
Remember
got
Petra? What a character. What a 2-line character that we love because it's Caitlyn Last. Tom Kenny. I never met Tom Kenny. He never really came back to the South Florida circuit. Maybe I'll meet him in New York at some point. Now that I'm a New York con denizen. Denizen. Remember Zach looked like a normal human being and not Zachariah Kohaney, General Custard. Custard. Zach, this is one of the highlights of my life.
I didn't know, that's kind of fun.
Perfect. Lauren Landis, Stephanie Shea, all these like shitty obscure dub voice actor names. Oh, remember we used to like fan note over dub voice actors? Now I couldn't give a fuck. I mean, obviously I still love Vic and Caitlyn Moss, but what a great poster. Oh, I love it. I love Kill la Kill. It's so good. It's such a good show. That's a really good show. It's actually a really good show. Not really. Oh, remember when we found this poster at great poster, and then they replaced it with the one where it's all the characters like copied over and over
Oh
again.
no, King Glasses. Oh shit. Oh, you did just put that. Cool. Now show. You want to show the new book?
Like a mommy. Not a sleeve, not a slipcover.
A year in the making.
Michael Cintern.
I got this. I was supposed to get this for last year's convention.
You mean this year?
For this year's convention. No, it says 6 months ago. So the one 6 months ago, I was supposed to have it, but it came to the
Animate?
get it signed. So I just brought it. I had a picture.
It's like when I bought Battle of
So you can
Gods to
remember.
get signed
So
by
I-
like Battle of Gods voice actors, and then I forgot the DVD in Gainesville.
God. Zach only has one shirt.
That was Animate. I can't believe I went down for that con. Animate 2015.
No, I-
Zooms in. Didn't zoom in, did you? No, I didn't zoom in.
it's only to see the signatures better.
J. Michael Tatum is Uncle Wabisuke. Perfect. Only person who could do better is Vic doing his crow voice. Hey, I'm Uncle Wabisuke. Ty, please. That's my crow. Finally.
Aya? You got
Finally,
Aya?
a game
Got
system
Aya?
for me. I got Aya.
It was a joke.
It was quick. Humor spit. I miss that room. I miss that house. Never to live there, but I miss it.
Hey,
Hey, oh shit. How much like prints and like con merch, Zach, if you're watching this, do you have just kind of like stored in drawers? Oh, I remember hearing this story like 2 or 3 years later.
very interesting.
Alberto, very interesting.
It is an interesting thing.
Oh God, Alberto, stop! Don't do this. Don't do this.
Good? Alright, sorry.
Be lewd.
Sorry for the interruption. Last two
That's voice actor. Oh, no, Naruto training cards. Diancie voice actor. Or Caitlin Glass plays Diancie. Oh,
Josh actually did have
Alvarez.
some pickups.
He was not here.
He wasn't here. He got some good pickups. Here they are. There's
They were given to me in another
there's,
awkward
there's,
video
this one.
in which we
Oh, wait, no, we
interrupted,
can show it.
accosted
Alright,
someone
there's,
else's party.
Josh got this one.
Oh, that's great.
sent by
I
Caitlin
still have
Glass,
that somewhere.
Vic didn't make it, unfortunately. He had to leave early.
Vic didn't make it, he died.
But we got that.
He had too much cocaine
Gotcha,
to snort.
right, I think.
No,
And,
he's in Miami.
you know,
What do you think happened? He had a
Scar.
meetup, and he was running late to his
Also,
purchase meetup.
he got this, which is really cool.
Oh, this is
And,
deep lore.
This, which is also really cool, and this, which is amazing. So I'm glad we got that stuff for you, Josh. This too.
And it's over, just like that. I don't know if I'm gonna do another one tonight. We'll see. We'll see. What do you guys think? Good night.